What's up everybody, Jesse here with another quick gaming news roundup. Today, we have a bit of everything from across the gaming spectrum. More news covering the Nintendo Switch, Xbox's Project Scorpio, Star Wars, Pokemon, Zelda, and more. Remember to leave your thoughts on everything in the comments below, and let us know what type of news you would like to see us cover in the future. Would you like more of a focus on Nintendo news, developer interviews, or a larger variety of different things like we've been doing? Would you like to see more gameplay of the specific games we're talking about, or would you like us to keep the screenshots of the articles like we have been doing so you can read along with us? With all of that out of the way, let's get started. Today's news begins with Breath of the Wild. Nintendo released a brief video of their GDC presentation where they gave an inside look at the development process for Breath of the Wild. They showed off concept art and what they call a 2D prototype of the game, showed how they created the world, and much more. It's only a quick 2 to 3 minute video, but it gives a great inside look at the development process of the game. Second on our list, if you're a fan of Xbox, you've probably been looking forward to more news on Project Scorpio. And you're in luck, because Microsoft has just announced the Xbox Fan Fest for E3 2017, where 500 fans will be selected to go hands-on with the new console. The event will take place on Sunday, June 11th at 2 p.m. Pacific time, and a private event will be held the next day on June 12th. If you happen to be curious about how long you'll be able to play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the go, well, someone has already done a test. Go Nintendo says the test was performed with a full charge on the Nintendo Switch, and the screen was set to 30% brightness. We're not sure if Wi-Fi and Bluetooth were on, or how loud the volume was turned up, but according to the tester, the Switch lasted for 3 hours, 9 minutes, and 20 seconds before it gave up, so it seems like it lasts about the same length as Breath of the Wild. Guardians of the Galaxy, the Telltale series, has released an official trailer and a release date, which just happens to be today, April 18th. So for those excited to play it, the first episode, Tangled Up in Blue, can be played for only $5 on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, iOS, and Android devices. Although I do have some of those consoles, I'm still crossing my fingers for a Switch version. Being able to take it on the go and playing it on the TV would be the best of both worlds. Go Nintendo says Cruel Entertainment comments brought Rime creative director to tears. Coming from Rime creative director Paul Rubio, he says, "Even so, if I had read NeoGAF at the time, the game probably wouldn't exist. I spent some time 6 months ago going through 2.5 years of comments on NeoGAF, and I was literally crying for 2 days. Partly because I just don't understand the cruelty, but more importantly because I could see those years over those 2 days. And I began to understand that maybe people can love something so much that they can hate it." Go Nintendo says, "I know the reaction to Mr. Rubio's statement is going to be full of snark and even meaner follow-ups. Being someone who has worked on the internet every single day for 13 years, I can see why Mr. Rubio was impacted in such a way. It can be a dark and angry place." So for those that don't remember, last year Sony went to check on the development of Rime, which was a game that I was really looking forward to playing, and they disliked what they seen so much they took back their PlayStation 4 dev kits and wanted absolutely nothing to do with the game. A lot of people took this as a bad sign, for obvious reasons. After all, if what they seen was so bad that they wanted nothing to do with it, what could you realistically hope for? But maybe development took a turn for the better, and despite all of this, I'm still excited for the game. Moving on to the Nintendo Switch, it's going to be receiving an update, version 2.2, and Nintendo only gives the following statement: "General system stability and improvements to enhance the user's experience." I know system and game load times are already fast and snappy, but hopefully it sheds a bit more off of the wait time between turning the system on and off. I'm honestly not sure what they could do to realistically improve the Nintendo Switch's software. It could have something to do with future access to online games or minor bugs in the software, but I've yet to find any. So if you've had any unpleasant experiences with the Nintendo Switch's software, please let us know in the comments below. Sonic Mania Collector's Edition could see a release in Japan coming from producer Takashi Lazuka, which I probably mispronounced. In an interview he said, "I am thinking to be able to deliver to Japanese fans as well." No official confirmation on the release just yet, but this statement is certainly encouraging for Japanese fans. Let's hope more concrete info comes out soon. Seeing as Sonic is a Japanese game from a Japanese company, seeing as Sonic is a Japanese game from Sega, a Japanese company, I would hope they get the chance to purchase what they created. I'm not a huge Sonic fan anymore, but everything that comes with the collection looks amazing. So it sucks that certain people would miss out on it, especially when it's the country that's responsible for creating the game. Pokemon Red and Green are both nominated for the Hall of Fame. They said the finalists for the World Video Game Hall of Fame class of 2017 have been announced, and Pokemon has made the list. The original Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green games that kicked off over 20 years of Pokemon fun are under consideration to join some of the most memorable and influential video games in history. An international panel of video game journalists and scholars will choose which titles join such previous inductees as Super Mario Bros., Sonic the Hedgehog, and Pac-Man. The final selections will be announced in May. I mean, if there's one video game that deserves a spot in the Hall of Fame, the games were good enough to create what seems like a dozen or more movies, that several of which went to theaters in different countries, an anime that's still on today, dozens of video games, one of the most successful card games, several manga and comic books, and one of the most popular mobile games of all time. I think that's more than deserving to be entered. Especially when you compare it to Sonic, where Sega themselves even released a statement apologizing to fans about the low quality of games in the series that they have released, and basically promised to actually try and make the next game better. Once again, if you're a fan of this channel, feel free to join our public Discord to chat with fans of this channel, myself, and fans of Nintendo and Zelda. Please subscribe, like, and leave your thoughts on today's news in the comments below. And once again, I want to give a shout out to my top 10 best and worst of Breath of the Wild. So if you want, please go check out that video. I want to thank you all for watching this video and welcome to the End Slate. If you're a fan of these videos, you can follow me on Twitter for updates on future videos at GameOverJesse. Please subscribe, like, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you would like to watch even more of my videos, click the video to the left or let me know what types of videos you would like to see in the future. I would like to take the rest of this time to thank all of my Patreon supporters. If you're a fan of this channel and would also like to help us out by becoming a Patreon supporter and get some awesome rewards for yourself, like being a part of my videos, shoutouts, custom avatars, giveaways, being added to our private Discord to chat during live streams, and more, please visit patreon.com/GameOverJesse, where even smaller supporters at the $1 level will get you some awesome stuff. Finally, a huge thank you to this month's supporters: George Says Hi, Link Uses the Triforce, Transcendent Sacred Courage, Glenn Cassio, Prey Warrior, Victopedia, Rusty Caulfield, Robert W., Amanda Pina, Lunarium, Chris Gasparin, Harris Priest, Lovable Christie, Key of Time 15, Jerome Measure, Daryl Quinnen, Furzin 16, Kadron, Magic Tech Review, and The Itch Network.